Hey guys, today we're going to replace this eyelet pulley. You can tell that it's loose, and if you can see the lineup, it's not even straight anymore, so it's totally worn out. There's a deep groove here from just the pressure of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this apart, and we're going to see if we can release it. Now this has a tension rod on the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. That right there, okay, and we're going to loosen that so that we can get a little extra play. So let's get a wrench on it. All right, so it's a 19 mil. I'm just gonna loosen it down here so there's not as much spring tension on that spring. So when I go to press it, it's not gonna fight me. So let's just make it as loose as we can. And I take a general measurement of where it needs to be for the pressure, and so we'll put it back to approximately where it was. But we're just gonna loosen it. We're not gonna take the nut off. Just like that. Okay, so we loosen it. Let's go to the top side. Okay, now there's a lot of play and it's very loose, so I'm going to take this nut off here that holds it to that rod, and then there is a clip here that we're going to remove so we can actually slide it off of the pivot point here. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, I loosened the nut at 19. This is bolted to that, and it just came right off. And remember, we undid the spring, so it's really has a lot of play, so I slide that out. All I have to do now is to get that cotter pin out, and then we should be able to pull the pin out and then slide this unit off of it. Okay, let's try that. All right, I removed the cotter pin, pulled it out, 2 washers spacing it, and then I was able to slide the unit off. And it looks like there's a lot of play in this, so I got to figure out about possibly getting a new bushing for it. So we'll see how it goes. All right, but let's go look at the new part. Okay, the part is plastic according to their parts list, but I got this. This is a Hustler part. I got it off of eBay, and it was looks like it's going to be the same height, the same diameter, and the bolt hole, I made sure it was a 1/2 inch, so you can tell it fits perfectly. And I think this is going to be a little bit more robust than this. Even the height of this, I think it's going to be very close. This was going to be somewhere between $30 to $40 for a new plastic wheel. I mean, it's, you know, other than the fact that there's deep grooves, I mean, it's not bad. But this piece was only about $11 off of the website. So sometimes you got to go with what you can get your hands on. All right, there's a new 19 millimeter bolt there with a straight through bolt, 1/2 inch, so it fit perfectly the diameter. Got the bushings back in there, and then now we're going to try to line it up in the tractor. So I'm back over at the tractor now, and this can just go down here like this, okay, and hopefully I can do it with one hand. And you just snake it in, and then you put it on the shaft that's over there. I'm going to put the camera down. All right, there's some wear. I don't know if you can see it over there where the pulley was not stable. So I looked around, and I was wondering if the bushings were bad, but all the bushings on it look good. So it turns out that the pin is a bolt-on pin, and it was loose. So now I tightened it, and everything should be good. So let's put it back together again. Okay, I got it all back together. The bolt's tight. But I got it adjusted. You can tell that there's a nice little gap there. It's no longer rubbing on the face here. And then underneath, I tightened the tension on that back to where it was approximately. And we don't want too much tension on that belt, but just enough. I think that should be good, you know. I mean, it's not bad. It's not overly tight. It's not loose. But that's going to be a solid pulley now. And hopefully it should work very well for the time being. Alright guys, thank you for subscribing.